This man Carter was sitting in a bar when a beautiful woman approached him. They were talking congenially, and she invited him to her room. Carter paused, thinking of his wife, and declined the invitation, knowing this was a scheme by Edward. Carter returned to the hotel and told Edward Cole he was homesick and wanted to go home. Edward agreed. They didn't speak on the flight back, knowing that returning home meant facing death. Carter had arranged with his assistant to take Edward to see his daughter. But upon arrival, Edward looked through the window, recognized his daughter's house, and erupted in anger, even tearing up their bucket list. He haughtily got in the car and left alone. Carter didn't say much. He took a taxi home. The reunion with his family was warm and happy. Though their house was small, it was full of love. The billionaire Edward returned to his own home, which, despite its luxury, was cold and empty. He got angry over a boxed meal, wept alone by the window, and became distracted at work. Carter, meanwhile, was sharing a romantic moment with his wife. His wife prepared a surprise for Carter, but when she emerged, she only saw 2 feet trembling on the floor. Edward rushed to the hospital after hearing about Carter's surgery. Carter's head was already shaved. Carter handed Edward a note, revealing that Edward's favorite coffee was processed from animal feces. Carter laughed heartily, marking off the wish to laugh until I cry on their patched-up list, and entrusted Edward with completing the rest on the day of Carter's surgery. Edward went to his daughter's house. There were no arguments as he had expected. His daughter had already forgiven him. He hugged and kissed his granddaughter, thereby completing the first item Edward himself had written: kiss the most beautiful girl in the world. Carter lost his battle with the illness and passed away. At Carter's funeral, Edward, teary-eyed, spoke, "Life is strange. 3 months ago we were strangers, and we spent the best time together." He took out the list and crossed off, "Help a complete stranger for the good of all." A few months later, Edward also passed away. The assistant climbed Mount Everest, buried their ashes there, took out the bucket list, and crossed off the final item: witness something truly majestic. The film ends there, having explored the meaning of life. Should one be like Edward, dynamic and singularly focused on ambition, only to end up lonely and estranged? Or like Carter, living an ordinary life, sacrificing personal dreams for family happiness?